Today, we're going to dive into the incredible life of a man known as Gypsy Smith. He was an evangelist whose story is as powerful as his famous chalk circle prayer, and believe me, this guy truly had a soul on fire.
You know, this quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of Gypsy Smith's whole philosophy. For him, faith wasn't just about words in a book. Nope, it was about a life lived so genuinely that it became its own message. A fifth gospel, if you will, for the whole world to read. So who exactly was the man behind this powerful idea? Well, he was born Rodney Smith, but the world would come to know him by a name that just perfectly captured his spirit, Gypsy Smith. And let me tell you, his story is about as unlikely as they come. It's this amazing journey that kicks off in the humblest of beginnings and ends up on a global stage. It just goes to show you, your starting point doesn't define your destination. Not at all. I mean, everything about his early life screamed unlikely messenger. He was born in a Romany tent near London, grew up poor, and never, not once, spent a single day in a classroom. The first little spark of change actually came from a pretty unexpected place, his own father's conversion, which happened while he was in prison. So, with that as the backdrop, there was this huge moment for young Rodney himself, a real turning point that would set the course for the entire rest of his life. Can you imagine? At just 16 years old, Rodney Smith trusted Christ. 16! At an age when most of us are just trying to figure out who we are, he found a purpose that would light a fire in his soul that just wouldn't go out. And even though he had no formal education, he had this incredible set of gifts. He was blessed with a remarkable memory, a super clear and powerful testimony, and a passion for people that was just unstoppable. This was his toolkit. But you know, his path wasn't exactly easy. He faced a lot of rejection, but he found a way to connect with people that went way beyond the traditional methods, using a gift that could break down just about any barrier. So here's the obstacle he was up against. Established churches often shut the door on him because of his background. But his solution? It was simple and it was powerful. He just took his message directly to the people, out in tents and open fields, where his amazing singing voice could bypass all that prejudice and go straight for the heart. And you know what? It absolutely worked. His ministry blew up way beyond just a local thing, and his message of joyful faith went global. He held these huge campaigns in America, Australia, and all over the British Isles, with thousands of people responding to his message. So naturally, people started asking, what is his secret? How is he creating this massive, widespread revival? His answer was so simple, so profound, and it had absolutely nothing to do with big stages or fancy programs. The story goes that a reporter put this exact question to him. And you can bet he was probably expecting some complicated theological answer or some grand strategy for evangelism. But what he got was something far more personal. Gypsy Smith's answer was basically this 5-step process. Go home, grab some chalk, draw a circle, get inside of it, and then pray for God to revive everything inside that circle. You see, he believed revival isn't something you organize. It's something that starts right here, with you. And this really points to the core of his entire ministry, this idea of contagious joy. For Smith, genuine joy in your faith wasn't just some nice little bonus. It was an essential tool. He got that while people might be skeptical of religion, they are always, always drawn to someone who is genuinely full of joy. So, what can we take away today from the life of this uneducated tent dweller who literally sang his way into the hearts of thousands and thousands of people? Well, his life really gives us 3 huge takeaways. First, be surrendered, not just qualified. God used him in a mighty way without a single degree to his name. Second, let your faith shine through your joy. His joy opened doors that intellect alone never could have. And finally, keep a tender heart. His message was always filled with compassion, not just cold, hard facts. When you boil it all down, his life is this powerful reminder of one central truth. It's not about how skilled you are, or your status, or your education. God can and will use anyone whose heart is simply clean and available to him. Gypsy Smith's whole life teaches us that real revival always starts with just one person. And that leaves us with a very personal question to think about. What's inside your circle?